about half-witted, sloppy-looking nerds.
So my dead bird will I can't hear it. I took care of it. Here comes. Give me two.
Dead boy staring.
I have come here to and the population of Pacific Blood, and thank you. Get here, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
What's up, Nerf Herders? This is Bootzilla.
Big Perm.
J-Bone, hello.
Hello. Welcome to Nerf Herders Podcast, guys. Episode 13. Kind of, really exciting thing here. Blair Witch is dropping tomorrow. We've touched base on this in the past. Crazy stuff, man. So Blair Witch Project came out in 99, totally took the world by storm. We got a sequel, which wasn't really a sequel. That didn't go over so well. And, this young director, Adam Weingard, come up with these two great films so far, Youre Next and The Guest. And come to find out he's doing this movie called The Woods. Find out it's secret filming and a total dummy title for the official sequel to the Blair Witch Project titled Blair Witch. So we are ridiculously excited for this, especially because of just the whole surprise, everything coming out, obviously. So we're going to talk about the Blair Witch Project and just kind of give like an in-depth analysis / spoiler review. Touch base a little bit about Adam Weingard, Youre Next, The Guest, and, what we're anticipating, looking forward to in Blair Witch. So I'm going to pass it over to Big Pop!
Wolfpack is back.
Because of meth. Can't just see the bad boys of
Yeah,
rest.
so Blair Witch Project, man, that takes me back, dude. I was yeah. Fuck, dude. Blair Witch Project, that brings me back, man. I was in 7th grade when that dropped, and I remember going to see that
99.
in the theaters, dude. And that movie was intense.
Well, you're in 7th grade?
In
Yeah,
7th
yeah,
grade,
because 8th grade was 2000.
We were still just a bunch of younglings.
Yeah. We babies.
Master Skywalker, what we gonna do?
But, dude, I remember that shit was pretty life-changing, because, before that movie, you didn't really ever see movies that were shot with, a handheld camera from that first-person, POV, first-person shooter kind of style, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a different take on it. Cannibal Holocaust kind of took that POV style. But it was kind of like a hybrid, right, between point of view and stuff.
And especially around that time, I remember the horror movies that were coming out. I feel like that was just such a horrible time for, horror flicks. Because it's you're coming out with, the Friday the 13th, part 20 by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 90s didn't have that much
That's what I was going to say.
to shine for, dude. With the exception of Scream, dude. Scream is kind of like the quintessential 90s
and even
horror
then,
film,
dude, then Scream was considered what, a
satire. It was making fun of all those movies. So, I Know What You Did Last Summer, all that crap, you had all this, you had all these movies coming out, and people, when I was a kid, I was kind of like, this sucks.
It was the CW, dude. It was the CW horror genre, man. Pretty boys and gals.
It was. And then you have Blair Witch Project come out and just totally make everyone afraid again, afraid to go in the woods, afraid of something out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, dude. It totally plays off of your phobias, man. And I think, again, dude, it's psychological horror, which really, if you can allow yourself to dive into any film, doesn't even have to be horror. If a film does a good job allowing you to dive into it and mentally just subject yourself to what you're watching, and you're kind of putting yourself in the position of these characters and everything, anything like that makes it a better movie. And that's where horror really gets, the most out of it, is when you can psychologically connect yourself to the film, and it starts to fuck with you. And it's Blair Witch did that as good as any horror film that's ever come out. And that there's really two types of Blair Witch audiences, we'll say. There's people that grew up with that movie in 99 who absolutely adore it. And then there's people that saw that later on in life that are like, oh, this is what all the buzz is about. It's a movie that if you didn't see it when it came out, when the hype was there, yeah, it probably doesn't have that same effect, dude. Like, if you grew up with it, the rewatchability is amazing because it holds a special place in your heart with that. But for new people coming in to see this for the first time, probably doesn't have the effect that it had back then when it was, holy shit, this is real. I mean, they had the best marketing campaign. Everyone thought this was real shit that you were watching. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember they did it like, they were saying like this is like a documentary when they promoted the movie. Like, all of this is real. We found this footage.
I remember hearing about that.
You know,
I remember seeing that too.
like these people legitimately are no longer with us. Like, we found this footage in the woods, you know? Like, I remember them promoting it like that, so it made it feel that much worse. And then, you know, to your point, like people today, it's kind of like that whole thing where you have people today who are into the horror movies of today, you know, more of the shock value, the Rob Zombie fans, or just the people who are into those jump scares that you get.
The torture porn movies, man.
Yeah. And then you show them something from the 70s or the 80s, and they're like, this is slow, or this is boring. And it's like, okay, well, you're just desensitized because you're used to, like, seeing someone being skinned alive and, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
You're not
exactly.
used to, like, letting your imagination do it for you. So that's where this movie is really strong.
I remember when that movie, dude. I remember when you were talking about them, you know, being like a real thing, when it was like being promoted as like a real thing that happened to these real people. I was kind of like checked out, and I forget, I was just a kid, so I wasn't really, you know, going on the internet all the time looking at like what's coming out movie wise, because I just wasn't old enough. I was a kid.
Just
you
in
know what I mean?
AOL chat rooms,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Watching people post a million things in a row, drawing pictures of dicks and stuff.
Yeah, ASL, dude.
Yeah, ASL, dude.
But
ASL cyber, yay, nay.
it's just, yeah, everyone's just like 14 male Cali.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, well, I'm 35. Let's fucking on the internet.
Yeah, just to think, dude, that was like probably a cesspool of just weird fucking shit going on. Well, anyways, now that you look back on it, man, you're like, we were so naive, dude. I was so naive. It's like, whatever, dude. This is fun, dude. I just want to see people like argue and shit, just talk shit and get away with it because, you know, whatever. I'm a keyboard warrior. But yeah, it was just like, and then when it came out, we were like, oh no, these are actors, blah blah blah. It's a movie. It's you know, it's all fake. Like, I was kind of like, wait, what? I was still kind of confused. And then like when you showed me it and you let me borrow it, it finally came out on VHS. I never saw it in theaters, saw it on VHS. And I know I talked about this before, but I was downstairs. I'll never forget it, dude. I'll never fucking forget it. I was downstairs when I was living at that blue house, dude, Uncle Knowles, and I fucking it was dark, it was nighttime, dude, and I watched it by myself. And I remember I had the windows behind me downstairs in that sub-level basement.
Yeah, dude, that
I had
tri-level type.
the
Yeah.
tri-level basement, just like this place, and I had the windows open to where, like, you know, someone could be watching. I had this fucking feeling, dude, like someone was watching, and the movie freaked the hell out of me, dude. I remember just being blown away, dude. And that's what a good horror movie should do. You know, not like you were saying, desensitized because you watch too many like these like weird snuff films that are Hollywood based, like Hostel or something like that, which is a revenge film. Not really a horror film, but it's more like survival horror, I guess you could say. But you know, you get used to that stuff. You're seeing it all the time, all the time. And it's like you see something so basic like a campfire story gone bad, and I don't know, man. I'm looking at reviews. They're not really getting. They're 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, around there. And I don't really care about that stuff, man, because I know what I'm expecting, and I know, I hope that it lives up to the hype, you know.
Well, here's the thing, too. So this is the thing to think about this with Blair Witch, the sequel now, is how well will this movie be received when the audience for Blair Witch Project is so diverse? You know what I mean? There's people that are going to go into this, review critics and all this stuff that no matter what, I hate the Blair Witch Project. And if you're going in there, more than likely this movie's going to be very similar to that. You know, I'm sure, knowing Adam Weingart, he's going to pay a lot of homage to the original movie and kind of take this in his own direction, make it his own. You're kind of batting against the fences here, man. I think this is a movie that's going to be very, very diverse across audiences, dude. People that grew up and fell in love with the Blair Witch Project, I'm sure are going to find a lot to love and appreciate in this movie. People who didn't have that same, you know, connection with the movie, probably a little bit different. But I mean, just the Blair Witch Project itself, dude, right? So just kind of talking about this movie and the plot of this and stuff. You know, it kicks in. It's so believable because it just starts with the camera firing up, and people haven't seen this shit before, and you're totally invested thinking this is real. We're following Heather, Josh, and Mike, who are 3 kids in school who are going out into the woods.
Sorry, I just had to sneeze, and I was trying to make it as quiet as possible, and I think I had a heart attack.
Dude, you totally like Ric Flair moded, dude.
Dude. Oh my god,
Like-
my heart hurts, dude.
So they're going out into the woods to do a documentary, a film project for school.
Like when Perp
about
snores,
the
when Perp
oh
snores at
god,
night,
dude.
The Wampa, dude.
Oh man, dude, it's like some
Like a mummy, dude.
some
Like a
Wampa woolly mammoth, dude. Like
petrified mummy, dude, that you put him in this casket, in this sarcophagus, dude, and he just like comes alive. He's like, oh, I'm up.
Dude, you guys should just record my snoring and then like submit it to like the news saying like, oh, this is like a real life exorcism.
Man gets exercised.
so yeah, these 3 are doing their film projects and everything, and they're going out into the woods just kind of exploring. But the real horror to this movie, man, is, and what really kind of sucks you in psychologically to begin with, is when they're interviewing all these town folk. Mm-hmm. And that's what really made it feel authentic, dude, from the get-go, is they're going around talking to all these people, and the performances, dude, it just felt so natural. It didn't feel like these people were like, hey, here's my 15 minutes of fame type shit. They were very natural in their responses.
Now, here's what I get confused, and I never really clarified this up for myself, but when they were interviewing those people in the original movie, those townsfolk who, out in whatever that was, Salem, or I don't even know the name of the town, but was this actually like some real true wives' tale type thing that they believed, or were they just like, you wonder if they were just kind of like, hey, we're filming a movie, just pretend like,
Oh, they were probably just locals, dude, that, budget, dude, it was a shoestring budget. I'm sure they were just locals, dude. They were like, hey, man, like, here's $50, dude. Like, we're just going to ask you a couple of questions. Like, are you okay with us using this?
$50.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure it was something like that. Or here's a couple of needles. They're full.
Yeah,
Like,
get the hell out of here.
Couple of
I'm
needles.
sure.
Damn, dude, ruthless.
Ruthless.
He's a ruthless.
So I'm sure there was something like that
just
going
like,
on.
hey
But
guys,
yeah, dude, just like them clickers in Vegas, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
All you gotta do is make eye contact, man. They're giving you the whole deck.
They leech
But
on you,
like,
dude.
here's a perfect example, dude, of horror, dude, done right. They interview the one guy who's talking about what the witch used to do with the children and everything, right? And I was like, yeah, he used to take 2 kids, 2 at a time. That was it, 2 at a time. Make one stand in the corner, kill the kid while the other kid was facing the corner, and then pull that kid out of the corner and kill him. Mm-hmm. The psychological thought of that is pretty terrifying and messed up as it is, but it's beautiful foreshadowing because it's at the very beginning of the movie and total callback to the very end.
Scene. That's like the last scene of the movie. You see the dude like standing there in the corner.
Right, you see Mike in the corner.
And then all of a sudden, like, camera falls to the ground.
God, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's blood-curdling type horror, dude. It's like, so if you didn't pick up on that immediately, you're kind of like, and once you finally realize it, it's like, holy shit. I remember being in the theater, dude, like with my brother and my grandma. She took us to go see this, and I remember in the theater, the second that happened, man, like everything in my body, dude, I had just tingles, dude, and just sheer fucking terror, man. Mm-hmm. Because the second I saw it, dude, I immediately reminded me of what that guy said, and all I'm thinking is like, holy shit, dude, like he just got killed and the witch had him in the corner. And just like all this shit processed so fast in my head, and it was such a quick segment right there, but so much was going on, just scared the shit out of me.
See,
dude.
I didn't understand that at the time in my life, and I had to ask a friend. He's like, well, remember in the beginning of the movie? And I was like, no way. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like,
that's good. That's foreshadowing.
Like,
dude.
when she's screaming, dude, and he's like, yeah, I heard him downstairs, and she's like, oh my god, like, will you slow down?
Dude.
Well, she didn't say, will you slow down, but I'm sure she was imagining it, like, dude, like, we got to stick together, man. This is
and all the handprints, dude, on the wall and stuff.
All from the kids.
Here's the thing about
man,
this movie is like, these actors were put through the ringer, like they were basically just left out there to just do their thing.
Yeah, like they captured genuine performances.
It was so well done, and I feel like this movie just does not get enough credit.
No, it doesn't.
For the acting, the performances, because like you have all these other movies, and yeah, I mean people can give a great performance, but this was this was like a movie pitched as a real movie, and the acting was so realistic that it made you consider that it was real the whole time, right?
Dude, real quick, the budget for this movie was $60,000. Guess how much they made it in box office, dude?
Worldwide or domestic?
It just says box office.
Domestic 90 million, worldwide 330.
Well, here it says 248.6 million, dude. That's
Dang.
what they made off $60,000 budget.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's inspiring to see something like that too, I mean, kind of like we've talked about it a few times, but the whole Paranormal Activity thing, that was just a little small project that someone did, and it blew up. And then, like, same with this,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And kind of like to your point, dude, like how the movie does not get enough credit. I think it's so much because of the diverse audiences that this movie has, man. It's like, if you're someone who does not get psychologically involved with the film, you kick back and you watch it, and nothing is happening, dude. You're watching three people walk through the woods, and it's like, oh, a pile of rocks. Stick figures. None of that shit matters, dude. But it's like, if you're psychologically invested into it, man, and you're allowing this movie to do its job, right? And you're totally in there. Mm-hmm. When you see the rocks out there, yeah, it's stupid. It's a pile of stupid-ass rocks. But the psychological aspect to that, dude, is like, how did the rocks get there? What's actually going on out here? And if you allow your mind to just get absorbed into that, it's pretty terrifying,
It is. And I think, that's kind of like going back to my point about desensitization. That's even a fucking
dude.
word.
No, I co-signed it. I co-signed that term.
Like,
desensitization.
You have these kids these days, or people these days, that go to these movies and they expect the movie to spoon feed them, like, the story, right? Instead of, like, growing up, in our generation where it's like, hey, we're going to give you a story, but you use your imagination to figure it out and let it kind of play out in your head. This movie was, like, a perfect example of that, of, like, hey, if you have a good imagination and you have a lot of creativity, then this movie is going to suck you in and you're going to, like, let it mind fuck you. And everyone today, with all this other crap that's happened in the past 10 years of, pop culture and reality TV and all this other stuff, it's just like, you're being spoon-fed this stuff, and it's not giving you much imagination or creativity to create your own world in your head.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
movie, holy shit, plays off of that so well.
That's a really good point, dude. That's a really good point because, again, kind of breaking down to the psychological aspects and allowing yourself to use your imagination, dude. Like, that is what creates horror, man. And that's we'll have to have a full discussion on this at some point. We're all going to sit down and watch this together. But that's why Session 9 is such a beautiful film, man.
Session 9 does remind me of some Blair Witch aspects to it.
It's very similar,
because
dude.
it's very simple. Yeah, it's very similar. It's a simple thing. There's not a lot of advanced things to where you got to follow like some certain story. No, man, it's just that's why Session 9 is so good, dude.
Yeah.
That movie, even though it's not even like some found footage, like first person view camera, or is it? No,
no, that's
yeah,
totally
okay,
just
that's
shot,
right.
Yeah.
God, dude, yeah, Session 9.
Yeah, Session 9 is killer, dude. I want to talk about this scene too, because there's little things that happen, but the two real big like climactic moments in the movie. We'll talk about the very ending in a little bit here, but the whole scene in the tent, dude, in the middle of the night, right? And they kind of, they kind of like wake
all
up.
That shit's going down outside.
Oh yeah, and you know what I mean. They're kind of just like frantic, and you don't really know what's going on quite yet, and then you
Right.
just hear the little cackles, dude, and it starts to get like a little bit louder, and like kid cackling. And all of a sudden, the tent, dude, like all over the tent. They jump out and they start sprinting ass, dude. And yeah, dude. And the way
I'm getting goosebumps
the
right now,
way
man.
Heather is screaming, dude. The way she's screaming, and you're only catching her as the camera's kind of jumping up and down a little bit, right? And she's kind of looking back a little. And when she's like, "What the fuck was that?" I mean, dude, it's the most like authentic type of a scream, dude. And a really cool fun fact about this too is, I guess the director, whoever was holding the camera in that specific moment, they were supposed to be running and kind of like shift the camera over a little bit, and you were supposed to see the witch. Very brief. Not kind of like this whole like, here's our big reveal, but just seeing just a glimpse, dude, of something just kind of like, just in the distance,
Like
burrowing through the woods,
like hover,
like taking off. Yeah,
yeah. Oh God, I got goosebumps, dude. That's crazy.
Now, how crazy
That's
that would have
crazy.
been to have seen, but I'm so glad that they didn't do it,
Yeah.
dude.
I wish, man, I'm glad too, but at the same time, when she screams that stuff, you as a person, I mean, yeah, letting your imagination run wild, but at the same time, it's like you're foaming at the mouth to see what you just a glimpse.
That's the
To just,
thing, dude.
I don't even
It's
want to
like-
see the full thing. Just show me like a blurred image of like a shape of what we're dealing with here. You know, something. Just give me a little taste, just to like satisfy and satiate my needs. Like that would have been.
But you know what makes
perfect.
it great? But now think about this, dude. You talk to 20 different die-hard fans, dude, and you say, I want you to describe what I think she was seeing. Everybody's going to have a different idea as to what was going on there. And I love that, dude. I think that's super cool.
I had this vivid image of this womanized female version of just like this demon like figure, and it didn't walk, dude. It like hovered, like it didn't move its legs, man. Its legs were stationary, and it just moved without making a sound. That's what I always pictured in my head. You know, it's crazy. But another thing too is like you always wonder too, like if you see like a good movie, like a good horror movie, especially something like this. I think it's a really good horror movie. Even like Paranormal Activity, I thought was a really good movie. See, Bernice didn't like it. She was like, I thought that movie was stupid and this and that. But she's the type of person that like she's all into like, spiritual aspect, and she spooks really easy. So I'm curious, I'm like, why, how come that movie scared the shit out of me? How come that movie didn't scare you? So you wonder like when people are watching a movie like that, and like you said, you're getting invested in a film, or maybe they're not getting invested. Like what is it about a certain film like these two, or, or Session 9 even? Maybe the people out there like, Session 9 sucked. It's like, man, dude, like, I totally disagree with you. Like, what makes these movies, like, not good in your book? Like, what is it? Like, are you fooling yourself? Like, oh, I'm not scared. I'm not trying to be a macho, or in her case, a female. But, like, you're fooling yourself into thinking, like, this will never happen to me, so this is just stupid. Like, I need pop scares as opposed to, like, a mind scare. It's crazy what people think about, dude, when it comes to certain movies like this. Like what makes them tick and what doesn't make them tick? What triggers them? You know what I mean?
Well, I'd say a big part of that is like your viewing experience, right? The first time you see the movie, are you watching the movie with the lights on and there's people over and there's a little bit of commotion and it's not just kind of like this solitary, chill environment? That's fine if you're watching The Avengers or, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine, dude. You can have chaos and stuff because you're just getting your big blockbuster. Movies like this, dude, where there's really not anything going on, man. Like, Blair Witch Project, Session 9, Paranormal Activity a little bit more, but like the new movie, The Witch and stuff. It's all psychological. If you take anybody, dude, and sit them down and watch the Blair Witch Project, put them in a pitch black room, dude, let them just kick back, don't disturb them. I would find it almost impossible for someone to not allow themselves to get sucked into that movie. Mm-hmm. I think the environment around you really dictates a lot of how you wind up appreciating or not appreciating that movie. And that's why it's so hard to go to the cinemas sometimes, man, because, all these people that, for whatever reason, it's cute and funny to play on your phone because you just paid $15 to go text someone for an hour and a half. It's like, if you don't want to go to the movies, dude, then don't go to the movies and stuff.
And it's, you go to a movie expecting to allow yourself to have some kind of peace, of mind to say, okay, I'm going to enjoy this. I don't have to worry about other influences to distract
escape,
me.
dude.
It is. And then, obviously, especially on like open nights or weekends or $5 Tuesdays or whatever, you're going to have like the younger crowd and especially the teenagers who go there because they don't have anything else to do, so their parents just drop them off, and they're just going to the theater to get their ween stroked by some, some little filly,
Some little thought.
Like they're just gonna sit there and like show off and be like, haha, they don't scare me, and it's like you're scared shitless, bro. Don't even mess around. But yeah, I don't know. I think the like you said, the setting, the environment is going to have a huge impact.
Oh, huge, massive.
Like if we were
especially for these kinds of movies.
If we were going to put this movie on right now in this room, which is totally soundproof, turn the lights off and just watch it. Take away phones, take away talking, all that shit. It's going to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you actually focus, it's like The Last of Us, getting sucked into a really good game. those parts where you're trying to sneak past the clickers, like that scares me. You know, like I was getting
it's
legitimately
intense as hell,
scared.
dude.
My hands are starting to shake on the controller.
Sweating
Like
and shit. Yeah,
you have to let
clammy.
your mind get invested and have that imagination to actually let the film do its job. You know, so I think that's going to be the biggest thing about the new one is, you know, while Adam Wingard is brilliant and all of his movies kick ass, you know, you're still going to have those people who have that taste left in their mouth from the first one where they're like, "Wow, didn't scare me enough," you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's going to do something similar where you have to let your imagination do it.
Well, now going off that from like the reviews that I'm seeing, I'm not reading, I'm just seeing. It's just it seems like that. It seems like just another. It's 2016. Like, can we move on? You know, type thing. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it's good, dude. I'm hoping it's kick ass. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he has to offer.
Well, you know, the reviews can say one thing, but I mean, the consensus that I've seen elsewhere, as far as like legitimate fans of horror movies, have been very
like bloody disgusting, right?
Very pro Blair Witch. So, you know, I can see a lot of like mainstream critics being like, this movie sucks, but that's the same mainstream critic that probably says Transformers was awesome. So,
Dinobots.
You know, I that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah, it's going to be diverse, dude. There's no doubt about it. You know, here's a big thing, dude. So Blair Witch, super pumped about it. But here's another reason why everyone should be excited about this, dude, is the fact that Adam Wingard is directing it, and Simon Barrett. And Simon Barrett is, you know, he wrote it, and this is a great 1-2 punch, man. And like, we'll get into this for a little bit here, but talking about Youre Next and the guest, we'll start off with Youre Next. I know we touched base on both these movies a little bit because we just absolutely praise what this guy has done for the horror community thus far. It's a good time to be excited as a horror fan, knowing this guy's at the helm of this movie. Youre Next was unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Such a simple home invasion type of a film, dude. Very similar to this, dude, right? The Conjuring. It's a ghost story. It's so simple. It's a haunting. But it was done so freaking well, dude, that, like, the simplicity of the story, you can look so far past that because the characters were amazing. You know, the scares were authentic and everything. Perfect, dude. And that's exactly what Youre Next did, dude. Youre Next took the home invasion type film and gave it some juice, dude. And, you know, introduced us to really awesome characters, dude. A super strong female lead that you can get behind. Just a badass movie, dude.
Yeah, man. Youre Next. I remember we all saw that in theater, didn't we?
Yeah, it was on J-Bo's birthday, dude.
Yeah, we saw that in the theater. And, man, that movie blew me away. I went in that movie not knowing what to expect.
It's like The Strangers meets Home Alone, dude.
Yeah,
but way better.
But yeah, when we walked in, I was like, okay, like I don't really have any expectations. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Never heard of this Wingard guy. You know, it looks like it's just another one of those slasher movies, whatever. No big
let's
deal.
go see a decent slasher film,
yeah.
right?
And I walked out. I was like, that's the best movie of the year.
And that's the best movie.
And that's the best horror movie of the last 10 years. Like,
oh, it's unbelievable, dude.
It blew me away. I remember I don't usually buy movies the first day they come out. I bought that fucker day one, Blu-ray, slipcover.
You know what it is, though? It's like I need to just stop. I know we talked about this before, this whole, like, Rotten Tomatoes thing. It's like it's letting people's perception become, like, this false reality.
It is,
because
dude.
you're letting literally a number from 0 to 100 dictate whether or not you spend $15 or not.
Yeah, you're letting multiple people's opinions tell you if you should enjoy a movie.
And you're right. And I shouldn't
make up
let
your own opinion.
I'm looking at like reviews for Blair Witch. I'm looking at reviews for Youre Next right now, and it's like, yeah, right, dude. He's like, just stop, dude.
I'm pulling up Youre Next right now.
I think it's 75, right, on the tomato meter?
Yeah, I would have given that fucker a 99, man.
Easy, dude.
That movie was
easy.
amazing.
But you look at something like Night of the Creeps, right? Cheesy, laughable, stupid horror movie, but it's fun. I'm gonna look it up. See what Night of the Creeps got, dude.
We could do a whole podcast on how Rotten Tomatoes sucks, but Yeah, I mean, Youre Next, dude. Amazing movie. And I think Adam Weingart knows how to use the camera to, like, really just... What did he get?
69
and a 70% liked it.
Jesus
Night of
Christ.
the fucking Creeps,
Night
dude.
of the Creeps.
That's another.
That's
100%.
Yeah.
Caesar, attack.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Pause this Youre Next for 1 minute, dude. Quick little rant on this Rotten Tomatoes bullshit. Seriously, dude. You know what? Here's what pisses me off so much about Rotten
Where's
Tomatoes.
the trigger button? Dude? I
Yeah,
wish I had
trigger warning.
It's like...
Yeah. Here's what pisses me off so much about Rotten Tomatoes, dude. All right, obviously the internet wasn't around in the 70s and the
Trigger
60s or
warning.
what have you, right? So there's all these movies that have been around forever, and now they're critically acclaimed classics.
Right.
The first Alien movie, dude, and we've talked about this before, Permy. Like, the first Alien movie, dude, total split reviews, dude. You know, some people loved it, some people completely hated it. Some people in the middle and everything. Well, now it's a classic. Mm-hmm. So now all these people are just like, oh, it's a classic. I got to give it a good rating because it's a classic. So now it's got an amazing rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, if Rotten Tomatoes was around back then when Alien came out, you're looking at it, what, maybe 60%, 55%?
Exactly.
And that's, you know, same bullshit with Prometheus, dude. Like, there's exactly what would have happened with Alien today is what Prometheus got.
Yep.
And here's another perfect example, dude. Boondock Saints, man. Boondock Saints is like, what, 20%, 25% on Rotten Tomatoes? That's one of my favorite movies of all time, dude. That movie is amazing, dude.
Yeah,
But no, it gets completely spat on.
Yeah.
Really shouldn't let a website dictate whether or not you should
I got a
enjoy a movie.
20%, dude.
For Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And
that's
see, here's
insane.
the thing: is it's like, you know, I don't understand why in the year 2016 we're still saying that movie critics and the idea of being a critic is like some kind of a skill or some kind of a accredited thing where it's like, oh yeah, this guy's a professional film critic. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's his opinion. There's nothing, because I mean, yeah, maybe like
There's an audience for everything, dude.
there is.
There's
And
an audience for everything. There's an audience for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
an audience for that
Oh,
bullshit.
trust me. Yeah, we've seen it at Flashback Weekend where these fuckers are walking around with Halloween 2 shirts on, and I'm like, you got to be get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, get out of here with that shit. Like, and they're paying money to meet the guests of Halloween 2, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah,
But,
there's people. Those are the type of people, man. Who they think that. Oh man, I'm a hardcore zombie fan, Rob Zombie fan. That whatever he touches turns to gold, baby.
Yeah,
and
it's sad.
You know, they
Yeah,
freak out, dude.
But like,
Yeah, they're out there, man.
But yeah, man. I mean, maybe like 30 or 40 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, I would have bought into the idea that being a film critic required some kind of a whatever skill set, because, you know, films went kind of by the book back then, where you had, this is exactly how we have to shoot every movie, and it has to go by these specific guidelines, you know, your old-ass movies that you learn about in film class, right?
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays, it's 2016, man. Like, you have people like the Blair Witch filming it with a handheld camera. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever take a film class, the first thing they talk about is, like, screenshots, you know, the way the camera is used to pan and different wide shots versus close-ups versus far away, whatever, right? This movie had, like, none of that. You know what I mean? So how are we still, like, even letting these film critics say they are the all-seeing, all-knowing, all-powerful, you know, reviewers, right? Because it's going to appeal differently to everybody.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude.
You
It's
know?
like, if you got your opinion on the movie, by all means, dude, pick up your camera, shoot a video, throw it on YouTube, dude. That's the wonderful world that we live in, man. Like, you've got your freedom of speech at every outlet right now. It's awesome, dude. We talk about movies here all the time, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's great. Everyone should enjoy the discussion of film and all that. But don't let it dictate whether or not you're going to go see the movie, dude. Like, if you
Right.
want to go see a movie, go see it and make up your own mind for it, you know? Go enjoy it for what it is. If you hate it too, then fine, dude. Then you agree with the majority. But guess what? Like, there's films out there, man, that I hate, dude. Like, absolutely hate. Independence Day 2 was one of the biggest flops of shit all of us have ever seen in our entire life, dude. But I guarantee you, dude, somebody on Rotten Tomatoes, man, gave that shit a fresh rating.
Yep.
I
They
didn't.
did. Yeah, I saw some critics were like, this movie is awesome. And I
Yeah,
thought it was a pile of dog shit, but there
it was
are people out there who
god-awful.
they
was a
really
pile of
enjoyed
dog
it.
shit.
They really enjoyed it, you know?
It
Yeah.
Damn, dude. And you wonder who does these reviews, too. I mean, it's probably people from legit media outlets who actually, or companies that do movie reviews or whatever, but...
Yeah, it's all like
it
acclaimed
pulls,
people.
Yeah, it pulls.
YouTubers are starting to get their spot on there, though. I know the Schmoes Know and Chris Stuckman, at least, like, their reviews actually count towards the tomato meter and stuff. So it's like they've opened it up a little bit more and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, go see the movie. Make up your own minds for it. Don't let other people dictate whether you should love or hate a movie. And, you know, because it's like this, dude. The classics that we have today, right, that had mixed reviews. Even Halloween, dude, was a mixed bag of reviews. Mm-hmm. If the internet and all this stuff was around back then, dude, does Alien really become the classic? Probably not.
No.
You know, does Halloween become the classic slasher, you know, stalker of the night film? Probably not. You know, it's like, but now that like all these people that it's become a classic over years, well, immediately it's just like, oh yeah, dude, it's a fresh film, it's fresh, and it's got an amazing tomato meter score and stuff. But if this stuff all happened when these movies came out, dude, like,
think about
probably don't have the classics that we have today.
Think about all of John Carpenter's work. You know, his movies are not for everybody.
No, dude, he's very diversive, dude.
And
very diversive.
You think about if he made movies today like he did back then, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you go from like
it would be
Halloween to frickin', you know, Escape from New York, man. It's totally different stuff, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, like, Escape from New York, They Live, if that movie came out today, shot the way it was, with the people who did it, the actors, everything, I don't think it would be something well-received.
It would suck, dude.
You know?
It would suck, man. It'd be like some low-budget, straight-to-DVD bullshit, dude. You know?
Well, I'm just saying, like, reception, like, people's reception. Everyone's going to look at something differently. Like, Alien back then was not looked at how Alien today is. It's the same thing with everything else, you know? When George Lucas made Star Wars, no one wanted to touch the movie.
Yeah.
They all saw it. They didn't.
He took all the rights for all the toy distribution, dude. Yeah,
so he made billions off of it.
Does he still own those rights for toy distribution, or did he?
He probably doesn't own anything. He sold everything, probably.
Sold it for what? $4 billion? $6 billion?
$4 billion, dude.
Jeez, dude, that guy's.
But
that guy can be swimming in money, dude.
I'm George Lucas.
Yeah.
I got all this money.
With the wheelchairs, dude, with the lights.
It's like, when I walk around on my property, you don't stare at me. Don't look at me.
But yeah, dude. No, I agree, man. Like,
Jar Jar.
It sucks that people let things like Rotten Tomatoes kind of dictate what they're gonna think about a movie before they actually give it a fair shot. That's why movies are dying, dude. Because someone goes to Best Buy and they immediately pull out Rotten Tomatoes and they say, "Let's see what everyone else thinks."
Yeah,
you know?
Dude,
it's true, dude. I pull out Amazon and I'm like, price match.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought movies on a whim at Best Buy that turn out to be kick-ass.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I just recently purchased a movie on there called Midnight Special, and it's pretty awesome. Sci-fi movie about a kid who has magical powers. It's got that one dude who from The Guest and Warrior. You know that guy? God, I can't believe I don't know his name off the top of my head. You remember the movie Warrior, right?
Yeah, with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton's in this movie, and it's like a sci-fi movie about this kid who has special powers. The governments are looking for him, and he's like a part of a religious cult. And I just bought it, just picked it up off the shelf. Was like, hey, this looks cool.
What is it called?
Midnight Special. Now, it's not the perfect movie by any means. It's got its share of like, you know, questions and this and that, but I legitimately liked it. And also Adam Driver's in it. He's one of the main characters.
Nice.
I'll let you guys borrow it. But yeah, I mean,
I've heard about it.
That's like an example of I just walked in, purchased something, supported an independent movie, you know what I mean, without having to worry about, hey, Rotten Tomatoes either shit on it or loved it.
Kind of looks like a little bit of Stranger Things from the cover.
It's definitely
not
an out there
even,
movie.
yeah.
I mean, we don't have to talk about it right now, but it was.
Did you
cool.
like Donnie Darko?
I did.
Oh, from the director of Mud, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Mud.
Yeah.
Go see Mud.
Mud was sweet.
Matthew McConaughey, dude, that movie is amazing.
Yeah, I liked Donnie Darko.
I liked it too.
I'm
It was
a fan.
weird, dude. Very, very weird. You have to watch that movie in a special place.
Yeah.
Like you
Definitely.
have to be in the right
like
frame
I'm
of
on the
mind.
brim of suicide, but I'm not gonna quite do it yet.
I actually just
It-
watched
it
Nightcrawler
definitely-
recently, dude. Nightcrawler was
oh god, that movie's unbelievable,
Jake
dude.
Gyllenhaal, dude, should have gotten an award for something from that performance.
That
Amazing.
movie is so good, dude.
But yeah,
But,
Donnie Darko's messed up. I just want to say that.
For sure. Well,
How about the guest?
the guest. Yeah, we should probably get back on topic. We've gone to the moon and back.
Hashtag rant over.
Fucking
The
guest.
Me and
So
move on to the Hollywood studio and back. Oh.
So the guest, man, this movie, holy shit! You talk about like legit action thriller, fucking the guest.
Yeah, that movie's
yes,
pretty
is
much
it?
as good as it comes, dude.
Yeah,
And it's on a small scale too, dude. I love movies that are on such a small scale. Big explosive blockbuster films, man. Yeah, they're good here and there, but man, when you can keep something on a small scale, Terminator 2, and like make it work where it feels like the stakes are so high, the guest delivers that so well. Yeah, we've talked about this a lot on here too, man. But I don't even know if we've kind of like touched on the plot. I mean, basically. The movie really just jumps right into full swing, man. You kind of start off with this family. There's a ring at the doorbell, and it's a very handsome gentleman, dude. Just like, yeah, like I knew your son, passed away in the military and stuff. And he's like, he asked me to come check on y'all, make sure you're okay, tell you all that he loved you very much. Like I was with him in his final breaths and all this. And, they want him to stick around for a little bit just to kind of, hey, what else did you know about our son? And it just... It spirals into all this crazy stuff, but the thing that's so awesome
because the soldier guy is kind of weird. He's not all like up there in the head.
yeah, there's something off, dude, that you see
there's
about
something
him,
about him.
but you don't really know what's going on with him. And there's one particular event that happens in the movie that sends everything into a total down spiral. And the thing is it totally could have been prevented. And the whole movie would have been absolutely nothing. And it's really just a beautiful film that is expertly written by Simon Barrett and just expertly directed by Adam Weingart. And similar to Youre Next, without going into spoilers about either of these movies, but the climactic endings to these films, man, the soundtrack that he chooses for his films to kind of wrap his movies up, and you get kind of like your last showdown. Fuck, it's awesome, dude. It's totally retro 80s music.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because in Youre Next, man, if anything kept you on your toes, it was the score.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That score just kept you, like, your blood pumping, man. You were on the edge of your seat. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know who's going to die next. I don't know what's going to happen now. You know what I mean?
I have to watch that film again. I haven't seen it.
And then
in a
you see the
while.
guest, and the
It's
guest...
way unpredictable.
Yeah, it was very unpredictable. But then the guest, I thought, was very similar to Drive in the soundtrack, as that 80s synthy pad,
Yes,
kind of
dude.
style.
Yes.
And I loved it, man.
Yes.
And it was just so well done. And then, oh man, there's this one scene in that movie. It's not really a spoiler, but dude, total homage to Halloween 3 in that movie.
Yes, dude.
In the fucking...
You totally was, dude.
Oh man.
You know that was totally
like that
it.
maze, right? Like that, whatever that little...
Well, you just see the
see
the mask.
The mask.
It's the witch, the skull,
pumpkin,
and the pumpkin.
Yeah, too cool.
Straight up homage,
Like,
man. And they totally show it too. It's not just like in passing. There's like that one shot where it's just like, boom, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, right here.
Let's see. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry, but
Oh man, so cool that they did that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like after that's like right after the climax when it's all going downhill. Shit's going down. But
man.
yeah, dude, that's why I'm so happy that Adam Weingart is doing this movie, because
And Simon Barrett
I think
with
it's
him
gonna-
again, writing.
I think it's going to open up to so many more people. Like, the first Blair Witch Project, you have that big, diverse crowd. Some of them hate it, some of them love it. It's so mixed. But I think this movie, just based off of the stuff Adam Weingart has done so far, and how he's kind of this new up-and-comer. I mean, he did the VHS also.
He had a segment in there.
He's had his roundabout in the horror community.
What was that segment again in VHS?
Um,
The one that he did, do you know? Or
I forgot
it's-
what the title of it was. Which
first one,
he's-
right? Or the
yeah,
second
he was
one?
only in the first one. But I feel like he's opening this up to a bigger crowd. I feel like he's going to keep the same tones as the original, but I think he's going to put that Adam Weingart touch on it. That it's like, how do you get bored? Like, how can you possibly get bored in an Adam Weingart movie? It can't happen. doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
love it or hate it, you're not bored. You are sucked in.
Yeah, it almost, dude, I think that's him. Is that the one is that Adam Weingart himself?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he actually did the VHS section.
Yeah, it was the one with his eye, with
That's
the
right.
the microchip eye where he's seeing like
Right.
ghosts. Or
Okay,
whatever.
I remember.
Yeah.
Man, dude. I
And
gotta
that one
see
was
those.
pretty cool, man. That was a cool segment of that,
VHS,
dude.
It was.
I liked VHS 1 more than, I know VHS 1 more than 2, but 2 had some good stuff, and I don't know, I gotta watch those again too, man. I gotta watch The Guest again, I gotta watch Youre Next,
You're
dude.
behind, man. Too busy cutting the grass.
Man, dude, too busy
Doing the man chores.
yeah, too busy doing the adult life. But I freaking that and video games. I haven't played video games in a while either. It's been just taking a break off that. You know what I mean? I've been mostly like kind of getting back into like movies. When you guys showed me The Room, or no, Green Room. I'm sorry, yeah, Green Room.
Yeah,
you know, it was
another amazing movie.
You know, we've been watching Silence of the Lambs and then all these different movies and stuff like that. So it's like it's good to like kind of just. You got to do that sometimes, though. You got to, like, just take a break from certain shit. And then, like, when you come back, you appreciate it a lot more, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm so pumped for Blair Witch, man.
Yeah, let's talk about Blair Witch then. We were expecting a lot out of this, obviously. But what kinds of things, dude, do you guys want to see? What are you hoping to get out of this, dude? Do we want to see a reveal of the witch? Do we want it to be as low-key as Blair Witch Project was? Do we want it to be flashy and just more action-y? You know, what kinds of things do we want to see out of this?
I want to see, basically, I want to see legit, I want to see the actors and put in situations to where they don't know what even they're expecting. Like, basically the same thing on the first one. I mentioned this before, like how they completely didn't tell the original actors, Heather Donahue and all, Josh and all them, Mike, what was going to happen next. And that's what I want for this one too. I want them to just basically be like, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. Just kind of keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be filming and we'll just edit out the bullshit and then blah blah blah. But it's at nighttime and it's the settings there, the ambiance is there, and then they're totally getting their brains scared shitless. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see like legit screams, legit this, legit that. Now when I watched the trailer, man, I only watched like about 50-60% of it. I don't know I don't know what to expect. Like I want to see that. I'm expecting that. As far as like a reveal of the witch, that herself or itself or whatever, I do, but it's got to be done in a way to where I don't want some like. I don't want to be like. Let's say, for example, the camera turns around and the witch is standing there and the camera's zooming and it's blurry and it's zooming, it's focusing in and it's blurry and it's like, it's too much. Like you said from the original one, man, it's like how they were supposed to show like, what the hell was that? And there's like a quick little blip, you know? I kind of want to see that, but maybe not so Hollywoodized,
Yeah.
you know?
Not
That's
like Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, dude, right?
Oh, God,
What
dude.
do you want? What? We want you.
Oh, my God.
Oh my
that
God!
was-
I would have gotten up out of
That
the theater,
movie was
dude.
dog shit, dude.
The
I would've
funniest
taken
thing
my-
about that
took
is
my
right.
popcorn through it. Dude.
Yeah.
Well, the scene is so loud, and then it just cuts to silence. And me and Perm are laughing so loud, dude. So it's like they're in that little library thing, and she's sliding the bookshelves and all that, dude. And they're like all jumping on her, and she's freaking out and stuff, dude. And when that thing's like, we want you! And it's like this zooming right on the stupid CGI bastard's face. Me and Perm, dude, explode, dude. Just like, ah! And then everything gets quiet. The theater's dead silent, and we're both pissing our pants laughing, dude.
What movie was this again?
Don't be afraid of the dark.
So this movie, like, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, just the whole marketing campaign behind it was great. It was just like,
Yeah,
man,
marketing
there's
was
something
killer.
living in this house, you know? And then, like, the reveal in the movie, it's these little CGI, little midget freaks, you know?
Del Toro, huh? Was
Oh,
that the one
man,
that
he's
producer.
So horrible, dude. So bad. But, yeah, man, getting back to Blair Witch, what I'm expecting Adam Weingart to take me on an emotional roller coaster.
Right?
I'm expecting his camera work to be a little bit different than the original, a little bit more stylized.
Because it's all first person now.
It is, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, the original one, I mean, they put a handheld camera in the hands of, you know, people who weren't really, you know, it wasn't done by someone who's used to filming stuff. You know what I mean? It was kind of just like, here you go. I feel like Adam Weingart is going to be taking a little bit more time to make sure this is a more stylized, more, pretty, I guess, in that regard. It's going to look better. I think the camera quality is
a little more
be
polished over type look and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the quality of the camera is going to be better, obviously, 20 years, 15 years later.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they keep it very similar. I hope they keep it with, kind of some of the interviews. Because essentially, I mean, this one's kind of like it's like the brother or the sister of one of the lost kids.
Yeah, it's the brother who gets together.
The brother, he's like coming to find his sister or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hoping they kind of have, some information to say what has happened since then. I hope it doesn't pick right back up where it left off.
I hope they handle that. I hope this is my only fear, dude, is kind of like the whole cliche of like, I think that's my sister. Oh, and now we're all just going to go out here and just follow it type thing.
Right.
I hope they handle that in a way where it doesn't feel distracting and stuff, where it's the whole, like, it's my sister, and it's like the whole movie is just like this guy batshit crazy about his sister. I hope they'd handle that in a way where it's not going to take you out of the movie. That's the only concern I have. The only thing that...
To where, like, maybe him searching for the sister is almost auxiliary. It's almost like a side note, or it's like that's the main, like the main objective.
I don't want that to be like this huge. I mean, obviously it's going to have a focus in it, but I don't want it to be like, well, now I'm making stupid rash decisions while all this crazy stuff is going on throughout the whole movie because I got to get to my sister, and I know my friends are dying around me, but I don't give a fuck because that's my sister. I don't want it to be like so driven like that.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm scared of.
Yeah,
dude.
I thought, and just thinking about this offhand here, like I thought would have been a cool approach to this if for whatever reason that concept doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? A cool concept that I thought was like, what if they play it off, and they are playing it off as if the Blair Witch Project is a real thing because it's the brother and stuff. But what if they played it off in a way where, the Blair Witch Project, it's all real, found the tape and all this, dude. But people call horse shit on it, you know what I mean? And they're like, no, this is bullshit, like, we're going to go out there. And now there's no motive except for the fact that you're just being stupid kids going out there, and then you get caught into the spiral. That way you're taking away the whole objective of I'm trying to get somewhere, you're just trying to escape, and that has way more fear. If the whole objective is like, well, even though I'm scared shitless, we're still just on this one track, I'm worried that might take some of the fear elements away from the movie. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Well, it's kind of like what they did from the original, too. Like, they checked out all this, like, eerie campfire story stuff, and they checked it out themselves. But then again, they had no idea. They didn't know, like, the stakes were on the line. They just figured, like, oh, it's just hogwash and just Joe Blow stories from down under, but it ended up being real stuff. But
I'm hoping that they do a lot of cool stuff paying homage to the original. So
they will.
I'm hoping there's some really cool sequences that it's like, man, that brings me back. But I would like to see the witch. I would like to see a reveal. Not like too much, not like you were saying earlier, like, whoa, it's like, here's the full form.
Yeah.
But I do want to see something because I think Adam Weingart can pull that off with his camera work to where he can make it
Look at VHS, man.
So subtle that it's like, oh shit, and then it's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be down for a reveal. I don't want to have a reveal to where I can definitively picture in my head what the witch looks like.
Right, right.
Something to where, like, yes, I know that's what that was, but, like, I want it to be seen as a dark shadow in the night, dude, that the camera just happens to catch where it's like,
right. Well, like, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, even if it's just like a body part of the witch,
or a white shadow in the night,
or like, what if it's just like you're at the house? Say they revisit the same house or the structure.
Oh, they're going back to that house.
You just see
like, oh god, dude, don't
you see the silhouette of the witch behind the
like
silhouette
in a window or something, dude.
Like
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool if you see
her standing up in a window.
Or what about like the camera, like hear it crackling or something or whatever. Hear like a person who got abducted, like say one of their friends gets abducted, like Josh, and you hear the guy or girl screaming behind the camera POV. They quickly turn around and you see like what looks like, you can just assume the witch, the demon bitch.
The Demon King! The Demon King!
Push it again, Michael Cole. No, but and then she's like, you see it where you have like a big tree, and you just see like 50% of the body like go behind the tree. You know what I mean? It's like camera turn, boom. It's like already behind the tree, and you see like this glimpse.
And that's
dude.
the thing. I think
like
he's gonna be good at doing that. I think he's gonna be able to pull off something like that where it keeps you like what is this thing? I need to have my imagination figure it out, you know?
And that's what's so nice. That's why I'm so excited, is because my imagination is running wild. I didn't watch the previews, which is another thing. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with like the movie reviews with Rotten Tomatoes. Like watching too many previews will review. I mean, this movie's been all over YouTube videos, dude.
Yeah.
They pump blasted the crap out of this movie as far as YouTube advertisement, dude. Every time I see it on a YouTube video,
Man. It's everywhere.
I just ignore it. I just turn my phone away. It's all over, dude. So
What about the 3 originals, dude? Like from the first film, do you think we're gonna see any of them pop up?
I think it would be cool to
Like
see
in the house, or just see like a dead body in the corner that's just
Dead
kind of like
bodies.
decrypt. You know what I mean? Like
I
kind
think
of
it'd
the
be cool to
aftermath
see
of the
like
first
dead
movie.
body, maybe even find remnants of them. Like, oh, here's this person's ID, like it survived 9/11.
or their clothes. Like they were wearing
Yeah,
like
dude,
those
Flight 93. Hey, Mom, it's your son, Vincent Jackson. I'm on a plane right now.
yeah.
You know what I mean though? Like find the ID.
9/11 was an inside job.
Find like, oh, here's my brother's backpack, or this. You know what I mean? Like this is their camping gear. This is their favorite fucking teddy bear. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
some
I'd
cool
like something
little
subtle like
remnants.
that.
They'll find
Where it's
like
like,
I think
oh, man.
it'd be cool if they found like their jackets or the clothes that the guy was wearing. He's wearing that flannel, you know, that like October or November flannel that everybody, you know, kind of wears when you're out.
But
in
I
the,
want them to make it
in the
like
woods.
subtle enough where you may not even know who like it was theirs, right? Like
Where if
say
they
they're
find
just
them,
walking.
where they find the map, dude? I gave you back the map.
It'll be cool though. I'm pumped.
That was your motivation. That was your motivation.
You're lost in the woods. You're being chased by a witch.
You don't know what the fuck's going on. That's your motivation.
I'm making a movie.
No, how did he, real quick, from the original, when he got abducted, that was because he took those rocks and he kicked them or some shit?
Yeah, he messed up that little burial pile.
Yeah. That was it, dude. That was the downfall of them all, dude.
3 piles. I'd like to see that kind of stuff come back too, man.
Like that with like the
Consistency, dude. The rock piles, dude.
rock
Those
piles,
little
the
stick
stick
figure
figures
things.
of the twigs put together for the witch.
They might go even
I'd
more.
be interested to see what kind of like if there's any kind of twists in this, like they reveal.
I think there's going to be a huge
know,
reveal type twist, dude.
like-
I have a feeling there would be.
Like, I think it's cool, you know, like that there was a witch that abducted these kids back in the day and killed them this way and that way and had her way with them. But imagine if, like, it's something bigger, you know? Like, imagine they stumble on some kind of a mini cult, like, worshiping this witch. Like, this witch has ruled the forest for, like, decades.
It'd be interesting.
And, like, and maybe that's, like, just some kind of, it doesn't have to be some big-ass thing where the whole town's in on it. But, you know, like, it'd be kind of interesting to see if there's a twist like that. You know, like, hey, what have we gotten ourselves into?
A twist would be cool.
You
I
know?
when you were talking about that, I figured, like, the original chick comes back. Because, I mean, you never really do see what happened to her. I mean, you figured the camera just dropped.
You assume she died.
She assumed she died, but what if she, like, gets reanimated or something, or, like, a vision? Who knows, man? There's so many things that you could see, like, this witch just turn her powers on, so to speak, figuratively speaking, just turn her powers up to, like, channel 11, and just be like, I'm gonna totally, like, just screw with these, like, little camp doodle kids.
Well, yeah, there's definitely something, dude. The main reason that you know there's going to be something going on in there is, like, for how simple the Blair Witch Project is, they can't just make the same movie again.
Right.
You know, it'd be so easy just to make that same movie. So to some extent, dude, there's got to be something a little bit more going on, a little bit more of a reveal, something to push that story a little bit. So there's definitely gonna be something big, dude. We're pumped though, man. Clearly excited for this. Cannot wait. We will all be seeing this movie within the next couple of days. Next week's podcast, we are going to go full-blown spoiler discussion, breaking down everything in this movie. So
Break the walls down, Jericho.
So make sure you guys go see the movie over the weekend. Come back and join us next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Break down this movie and share our thoughts. Again, thank you guys for checking out the Nerf Herders Podcast. Make sure that you like us on Facebook.com/Nerf Herders Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Nerf Herders Podcast. We are on iTunes, live on Spreaker every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Again, this is Bootzilla.
This is Big Perm.
J-Bone.
Thank you guys so much again. We will see you next week. Peace.